have Kathy Akers in the house, Fathom
Sandra.
Realty. Good morning. We're always glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Yes, and you always have good information to impart, so we're looking forward to it. But first I want to ask you, what is your favorite Christmas song?
White Christmas.
Oh, you
Without a doubt.
cannot. You cannot.
And
beat
it's
that.
got to be Bing.
It's got to be, yes. Yes.
You know, we heard you all talking with the caller earlier, and we finished decorating our tree last night, and the next thing we did was pulled up on Netflix or Prime, I don't remember which, and we watched White Christmas, and I had a big mug of hot chocolate. I'm ready for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Hot chocolate and Christmas and holidays just goes together.
Excuse me.
I can't tell you how many boxes I think I bought in the last 3 weeks, but anyway. All right, what are we talking about today?
We're going to do the 12 days of safety.
Oh, well,
through the
I'm all for that.
holidays. So these are some things that we always practice these things, but it's just a good reminder for the holidays. And the first one is never use real lit candles near your trees or boughs or, in your greenery and that kind of thing. Making sure that you have plenty of space that, I know we see a lot of times on tables where you have the lit candles and the branches and that thing.
Yes.
Make sure that you have some space between them so that they don't catch on fire.
Right,
Okay?
absolutely.
Let's see, for the second day, we're going to talk about our pets and keeping poisonous plants out of the reach of our children.
I don't know, I'm about to get a poinsettia to give to mine. No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say.
Here, Kat, see this poinsettia right now. You tore my tree out of pieces.
But it's just not our pets, but it's our children as well. But poinsettias and mistletoe.
Oh, yeah.
Those kinds of things. Think about them when you're bringing them in. How are they going, is your child or pet one that's very curious? And we've talked about that. And so making sure that you've either put them up somewhere or that you, where they can't reach them, or that, you may just consider to forego them this year.
Yes.
So, let's keep our trees away from fireplaces and radiators or other heat sources.
Yes. And another thing, Kathy, stockings.
Yes.
Watch out, because they
That's right.
hang low.
They do. So, watch those things around the fireplace, especially, those cold nights where you've got the fire going, that kind of thing. A good habit is if you're using a real fireplace, with wood and things, is to just have a bucket of water nearby for anything that comes
Good
up.
idea.
Now I know with gas logs and things like that, that's not always practical. But if something does catch fire, having something readily available, fire extinguisher, bucket of water, something that you can put it out with. But think about when you're decorating those open flames. Making sure your tree has a stable platform.
Yes, yes.
I saw a friend had posted last weekend that they had put their tree up, and the tree was too big for their stand. So they had it all decorated. She had taken pictures and posted of the beautiful tree. 10 minutes later, the tree was on the ground. That the stand was not big enough to support that big a tree. So think about those and think about, what you have it setting on, those kinds of things.
Yes.
If you have carpeting, is it stable on that?
Right.
Hardwood floors, you may have to put shims under a leg or something, but make sure it's balanced and the platform is stable so that tree doesn't fall.
Absolutely.
It can fall on somebody and really hurt them,
Yeah.
So when we choose an artificial tree, make sure that it's labeled fire resistant.
Yes.
And checking those trees that you've had for years, making sure that they're still sound, there's not, and this goes into one of the other ones, is watching for frayed wiring. We have a pre-lit tree, so just going
I do
through and
too.
making sure that that wiring is still there, or if you're putting on lights, as you're unrolling those lights and untangling
Yes.
them, go ahead and check them, make sure that there's not a lot of kinks in them and
That's
that
right.
kind of thing, and that there's no insulation missing and that kind of thing. So those are kind of two that back to back. And then this one goes back to, just making sure that everything is still, safe and, not getting dry. But if you're using a natural tree, make sure that you keep it well watered.
Absolutely, yes.
I don't know about you, but I've always heard that if you put an aspirin
Yes, I
in
have
with the
heard
water.
that. I've never done it. I should, but I've heard that.
And I'm sure there's other things there, and then there may be things out there on the market that you can add to the water to help keep your tree
Right.
fresh and alive for a little bit longer than what we normally see. So those are a couple of things to kind of think about. So it may seem one of those things that we do naturally, but turning off all your tree lights and decorations when they're not in use. I know when my family comes in in the evening, the first thing they do is click on the tree. Don't leave it on overnight. If you're gone during the day, yeah, it looks nice, but go ahead and turn it off. Couple reasons. One, look at all the energy you're
Oh, yes,
wasting,
yes.
Think about the spike in your energy bill with all those
That's
lights. And, we go by and we see the big
Yes.
blown up structures in the yards and the houses that are decorated outside. I can only imagine what their utility bill for the month of December
I
is,
know.
But think about ways to save energy on that. If you have a timer, go ahead and put your
Yes.
lights on a timer, and that way you don't have to remember. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to remember, but go ahead and that might help in when to turn them on, when to turn them off, and that way too, if you're traveling, they're on a timer, so people don't
That's
realize
right.
you're gone.
That's right.
I was looking back, and last year we did talk about safety during traveling and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so
I'm sure we did.
and I think it was Clint and I last year talked about it at the holidays about
Right.
safety tips to do. So, go back and look at that on YouTube, either on WHIG or Kathy Akers
Right.
Homes, and look at those safety tips that we talked about with traveling during the holidays.
Yes.
Common sense, but when you're putting up your decorations, use a step stool or a ladder to reach the higher places.
That's right.
You don't want to be standing on the tip top of something and fall over again.
No.
The safety first, guys. I enjoy decorating, but I'm not the one that's going to stand up there
Right.
on the top of the ladder to put the tree topper on. So think about those things. Holiday parties.
Yes.
Designate a driver, somebody that's either doesn't drink or it's, take turns, this party, I'm going to be the driver so you can drink, and next party,
That's
you,
right.
You be the driver so I can drink. It makes it so much fun. And, now I understand we have Uber in the area.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Guys, use an Uber if you have to. Don't drink and drive.
Absolutely. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Not worth it.
Family-wise, I've seen what happens. Friend-wise, I've seen what happens.
Yes.
It's not, it's not one of those things that you want to feel like you're responsible for the rest of your life.
That's right. That's
So really, we appreciate if you don't drink and drive.
You can have so much more fun anyway,
That's right.
knowing that you have a designated driver.
That's
But,
right.
No worries.
That's right. When preparing your meals for the holidays, it goes without saying, but a lot of people don't think about this. is when you're handling raw meats, you know, wash your hands, wash them often.
Yes.
You wash your utensils, the sink, and anything else that touches that raw meat.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, wash them down, use Clorox wipes or whatever, but you know, really make sure that you get that, because we don't want everybody to, you don't want to have a beautiful meal and then
That's
everybody
right.
be sick afterwards. So think about those tips in the kitchen. Reheating leftovers. I know at Thanksgiving we had leftovers for a while.
Yeah, I probably ate turkey for 4 days, but I love it. It's the only time I eat it, so
That's right,
I love
yeah.
it.
So this one is talking about when you're reheating your leftovers, you know, let them come to at least 165 on internal temperature kind of thing when you're reheating them.
Right.
You know, it's just as important to get the temperature correct on, you know, when reheating
That's right.
as you do when you are cooking them. The other thing that I'm going to add in here, and this came from the chefs at Nash Community College. They
Oh.
did a series on safety with cooking and that kind of thing, is, you know, the food's out and that kind of thing, you know, make provisions to keep things cold, things warm, that kind of thing. But also when you go to package them away, make sure that the hot food has time to go down in temperature.
Yes.
You don't want to put an extremely hot dish into the refrigerator, because that's as damaging as much as, you know, not cooking it right and that kind of thing.
I always let mine sit out a little while to get it,
Yeah.
you know, not cold, but
Right.
at least just a little, you know, lukewarm maybe, and then put it in.
You know, and just if you're not sure on those types of things, you can always look it up online. But the guys at the chefs at Nash Community College did a great job on doing that series of on cooking safety. Just go and watch the great little video that they put together. Chef Don, he was.
I heard a lot about him.
He is such a character, and love him to death. And they did a really great job on putting that together. And
So where do you see it, Kathy?
just
How
go
can
to
you see it?
Nash Community College
On their
and-
website.
on their website.
Okay.
Maybe and Google maybe, you know, the culinary program at Nash
Okay.
Community
Yeah, to be
College.
sure. Yeah.
It should be
to find.
easy to find,
Yeah.
but you know, it's always one of those things that's, you know, besides being educational, it was fun to watch, but you pick up a lot of information from there.
Yes.
So that kind of rounds out our 12 days. Do you have any special traditions that you do during the holidays?
Well, yeah, we do. We'd go caroling. I was just talking about that a while ago.
Right.
We like to go to nursing homes and do some caroling. We have a family member that's in nursing homes. So anyway, we like to go to 2 or 3 nursing homes and carol, and just get together with family, of course. You know,
Right.
that's always good at Christmas. So what do you guys do?
Well, as the kids have gotten older, we don't do it as much, but our favorite tradition was on the way to the Christmas Eve service at church. We would go and hit all the neighborhoods that used to light up. You know?
Oh.
You remember when Bun Farm used to do all the little
Yes. Oh, I remember. The
luminaries,
bags, the luminaries.
and that kind of thing, or you know, we used to drive through to see all the inflatables and that kind of thing. So
Right.
just getting together and riding through and checking out all the lights.
And that's one of ours as well.
Yeah.
We love doing that.
So, you know, Christmas music and, you know, the Christmas, our favorite one at home is the Grinch. So, you know,
Yes.
it's not Christmas without seeing the Grinch. So those are just a couple of our Christmas traditions. So.
Yes, absolutely. I said earlier, I love I love Charlie Brown to this day. You know, I love those shows. Frosty the
we do too.
Snowman, Rudolph. I mean, I don't care if
That's
I'm,
right.
You know, I don't care. It just makes me feel good. You know, it makes me feel like Christmas to watch it.
Oh,
So.
it does, you know, and my adult children have we seen, you know, we can't go without seeing such and such.
Right.
So, that's things that stay with you throughout the years. So.
And I have to tell on my husband, if I see one more Hallmark movie, I love them, but I tell you, it can be excessive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he said, I don't care who knows it. I love Hallmark movies. It's good, clean, they're
That's
just
right.
so good. We watch Lifetime and Hallmark, all those movies, and anyway, they're another great thing to watch on TV too. So anyway,
I'm addicted to Hallmark, and they got me the socks that say if my feet are up. If you see this, I'm watching my Hallmark movies. So
right.
But I've kind of taken a hiatus this past week, and so. But anyway, but.
They're great safety tips, folks. Go to Kathy's website, Kathy you
Akers,
can see it right there.
KathyAkersHomes.com, and
you can see the safety tips.
And we'll have the safety tips up there for you to check out.
Kathy Akers with Fathom Realty. And let's see, do we see you again before Christmas?
We actually see me on the 23rd.
Oh, good. We get to wish Kathy a Merry Christmas, so I won't do it now, but Merry Christmas anyway. But
that's right.
We will get to wish her a Merry Christmas, and she'll get to wish you one. So,
that's right.
Anyway, we will see Kathy again in 2 weeks, of course. Kathy, thank you again.
Thank you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Kathy Akers, Fathom Realty.